guys, I've got some great news for you. PK is now taking over my glam squad. He's calling it Beverly Supercuts. I love it. And in an effort to make it affordable to all women, I'm only allowed to use bobby pins. What do you think? Hi everybody, it's me Jill, and welcome to Jill Informed. This is the recap of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 8, Episode 19, The Reunion, Part 1. Okay, so you know how the reunion, we haven't seen the ladies live in months, and so this is the time that the ladies are trotting out their new hairstyles and their fresh fillers and Botox. Usually, it's an awesome new look. I'm thinking Yolanda does this a lot. She usually pulls out something sleek. Most recently, Danielle Staub had just a fresh, cute, short bob. The bar was pretty high for me for Beverly Hills, and not good. We either had same old with Lisa Vanderpump, whose hairstyle hasn't changed in 75 years, Erica Jane, whose look is dramatically different day to day because of the hair pieces. Tonight's a high pony, cute, but nothing extraordinary for her. Teddy's pretty much the same. The only ones who have anything different going on really is Dorit, Rinna, and Kyle. And probably the best look tonight was Kyle. She did finally cut her hair into a bob, but it still wasn't styled great. It was just sort of a loose wave. It was okay. And for Dorit, well, we know what Dorit had going on, don't we? What the hell? What is happening here, Dorit? It's like Jagger and Phoenix got into a box of bobby pins and did mommy's hair. I'm not sure what this is, but that's Dorit. Rinna had to be the worst. Rinna has on what looks like a short, wide helmet of hair. It just looks ratty and like a solid mass that was plopped onto her head. It's dated, it's bad, it looks like it's been teased to within an inch of its life, and it doesn't do anything for her. I would rather her have her same old hair. The dresses aren't much better. They've got neutral, silvery, purple theme. The problem is all the purple dresses are on one side and the neutrals are on the other side. That's not great because the purples clash with each other. Dorit's dress, it's horrifying. Dorit looks like Alexis Carrington Colby, circa 1982. I mean, except for this chic hairstyle she's got going on. Vanderpump's having fun with her mermaid sequins, rubbing them this way and that to get different looks. And Erica, I don't like Erica's either. She's got like super pointy shoulders, and I'm not sure what she's going for there, but I don't love it. On the other couch, I don't know, Kyle's in like an off-the-shoulders black dress. It's okay. Teddy is in a white strapless, I think it's strapless, I don't even remember. I was bored with her look. Lisa's dress I like, just shiny silver. I think it's like a mid-calf length. So that was first impressions. Oh, also I should say, this is a new thing now with reunions. We start backstage, Andy meeting the ladies, saying hi to them in their dressing rooms while they're in hair and makeup. I don't know. It wasn't super insightful, and I don't think it's like a necessary addition. All right, so the show starts, and it's kind of nicey, catching up with everybody. Oh, so what are you up to? What do you know? And the first little hiccup, if you want to call it that, comes from Erica. Andy Cohen is asking her about her new book. How's your new book doing, Erica? And she says, it's in its third printing. Oh, wow, that's awesome. Congratulations. Thank you. I'm not sure if this came first or not, but there was a little bit of talk about her temper. She said that nobody has seen her bad temper yet, that she's held it in. I know. Andy refers to, in the book, Erica mentions that she thinks she got her bad temper from her mother. So he asks her, what did your mother think of the book? And she said, she hasn't read it yet. And Andy said, oh, you didn't send it to her? And she goes, I mean, it just came out. Okay. It's in its third printing, so it didn't just come out. And you're the author. Don't you get advanced copies? It was a ridiculous answer. And she said, no, she helped me write it, but no, I don't know if she's read it. Okay. So he moves on and says, well, what did Tom think of the book? And she said, he hasn't read it. What is going on? And then Andy said, well, he hasn't read it either. I think that's weird. Why? And he goes, well, I mean, I've written a few books myself, and like the first people that I send it to are my parents and like my family and friends. And he goes, I think that's so weird. Well, the look she gave him. I was sitting on the couch going, oh, run, just get out of there. Andy, get out of there now. I was scared for him because I have a feeling that bad temper is going to come out on Andy Cohen. She just shot daggers at him, didn't say a word. Everyone got quiet. It was awkward. And Andy's like, okay, moving on. Woo! Next, we talk about the success of Beverly Beach. And Andy said, so you have named a bathing suit after every lady in this room, except Teddy. Oh, Andy. And she goes, well, you know, it's my line and I can do what I want. She's right. And then Teddy said, I didn't know how you felt about me until after I watched the show. I thought we were good. I thought we were doing okay until I watched the show and find out that every time I call you to apologize for things that I've done, you were so inconvenienced by it. I don't know. Dorit again says something that doesn't really make any sense. Like, well, Teddy, I think you're a different person behind my back than you are to my face. Teddy ends up kind of just saying, I mean, it's all fine, whatever. Now I know. We're just not gonna be friends. So then we move on to Teddy. There's some teasing her about her dad, who, as we know, is John Cougar Mellencamp. And if you didn't know, he's dating Meg Ryan. So there was talk about how come we haven't gotten to meet him and Meg Ryan yet? And I think Rinna said that. Teddy's like, I don't know. Andy mentioned that, so your dad is like a fan of the show now. And she goes, yes, now that, he has actually been watching it. Over Christmas, he and Meg Ryan and Teddy and Edwin, they all watched it together. She told a cute story about how he was out somewhere and a fan came up to him and he was expecting her to ask for an autograph. But instead, she just asked him about like Teddy and Dorit or something. Andy's being playful and he said he was asking her where the names for her children came from. He goes, tell the truth. Were you ever tempted to name them Jack and Diane? And she's like, oh God, no. And everyone's laughing. It's all lighthearted right now. And Andy says, oh, now that he's a fan of the show, he should do a collab with Erica Jane. And everyone looks over at Erica. She's like still stone face. And she goes, what? With her dad? No, that's ridiculous. He's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He doesn't have to collaborate with anyone. Andy goes, so that's a no? She is not giving him anything. She is just sitting there stewing, and I'm scared. Next, we talk about Rinna and whether she's been zen this season or her being quiet and staying out of arguments and stuff. And she said that she's trying to change the way she responds to things now. She doesn't like how she behaved in the past and she wants to be different. Then they started talking about Rinna's Instagram account. And apparently she posts all these racy pictures of herself, and maybe so does Delilah. Somebody asked about her influence on her daughters. Was it negative? And she said that, yeah, she thought it was. And Andy said, you mean like work-wise? And she goes, I'm not going to name names or anything, but yeah, work-wise. Like, almost like Delilah has lost jobs because of Rinna's Instagram account? I don't know. Then it got brought up about how funny she was on Instagram. I guess Rinna had gone back and started watching season 1, season 2 long before Rinna was on the show, and that she would be making all these comments about it. And I guess she was a little hard on Lisa Vanderpump. It doesn't really surprise me because before this season, Vanderpump was really hard on Rinna and they were not friends, let's just say that. So I don't think they liked each other very much and she was kind of going after her. Vanderpump said, I just think it wasn't very nice. And she goes, did you see it? Well, no, I was told. So Rinna's like, well, what are you worried about then? You never even saw it, so why don't you just shut up? It's my Instagram stories. Those are gone in 24 hours. It's my account. Who cares? I do. Guess who just stopped the show right there, went to Instagram and started following Rinna? That would be me. Anything that causes that much drama, I gotta see it. I just gotta see it. We now spend some time, too much time, on the Vanderpump Kyle Dorit triangle and all that's going on there. I am so tired of rehashing that story. It's just not that interesting. And to keep going over it and over it is, I don't know. I kind of tuned this part out, except for the fact that Dorit again said to Kyle that she kind of ruined her special evening at the Bella party. And Kyle's yelling, it was after the Bella party. It wasn't at the Bella party. Then Andy Cohen, who has apparently not learned his lesson, throws major shade at Dorit and says, well, in fairness to Bella, I mean, it's not Vogue. Snarky much, Andy? Wow. But I gotta tell you something. I thought Dorit handled it quite well. She goes, well, that's true, but I'll never be on the cover of Vogue. So, like, it was a big deal to me. Yes, and that wasn't very nice of him. I think he did feel bad, though, after she said that. I think he was kind of like, I'm kidding. Which I know he was kidding, but it was a little mean. I think going into a commercial break or something, I heard Erica say she had a migraine or something like my migraine's back. So maybe that's why she's being the way she is, but she is checked out, man. She's either so angry at Andy right now that she doesn't want to participate, or she has a bad headache. I don't know. I don't think there was too much else. I have no more notes. This was the weirdest thing. I can watch an hour-long episode and I will have 5, 6, like sometimes 8 pages worth of notes when I'm just like scribbling things down that I don't want to forget, and there's so much going on. I had literally 3 pages worth of notes on this. And honestly, I think it's because they spent so much time with Dorit, Kyle, and Vanderpump, and I'm over it. I'm just over it. So, yeah. So that's all I have for you guys today. Fun fact, I'm going to be filming Real Housewives of New York City tonight. So it'll be interesting to see what this does to my hair. That'll just be a little secret between you and I. If you guys notice all these kinks on the left side of my head, you'll know why. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you guys next week for part 2. I hope it's a little more exciting than this. Don't forget to subscribe to Jill Informed if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and leave your comments down below. Who did you think was the best dressed tonight? And or whose hair did you like the most? I'll be reading all your comments. All right, guys, see you next Tuesday for the next recap of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Bye-bye.